Okay, this is recording. I apologize, it's really dark. Um, it's just early in the morning here, and we don't have much daylight. So actually, let me just turn the blinds open. How did that happen? All right, I don't know if that did much. Not so much, but anyway, okay, sorry. All right, guys, welcome to another Friday Pilates class. We're going to be doing some planks today, like I had mentioned the other day. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We're going to begin on our back, as we always do. So knees bent, feet grounded here on the floor. Oh, so sorry. Go ahead and get set up. I am going to grab my phone so I know what time it is. Okay, so knees bent, feet grounded to the floor, arms down beside you, slightly pulled away, palms facing up, let the shoulders roll open. Lightly press the backs of shoulders into the ground to broaden more across your chest space and reach the crown of your head to the back of your mat, the chin landing fist distance from your chest. Close the eyes softly, going inward. Bringing focus to the self, we now connect mind and body. Begin by taking a nice deep inhale through your nose and a long exhale out through your mouth. Deep breath in, fill all the way up. Long exhale, make sure you empty out completely. When you breathe in, let the ribs expand out as your lungs fill. Squeeze the breath out and knit your ribs back to midline. Easy inhales through your nose. Stronger, powerful exhales through your mouth. Forcing the air out as if pushing air through a straw. Continue to stay with this easy breath in and this powerful breath out so that you can build up relationship between breath and core as they are directly related to each other. See if you can pull your abs in even deeper now each time that you breathe out. Go ahead and take 3 more cycles of breath here. Couple more, breath in, breath out. Once more, deep inhale. As you exhale, take the arms out to T and walk your feet out so they're a little bit wider than shoulder, knees the same. Make sure your feet still run parallel. On an inhale, let your legs gently lower to the right, but without letting the majority of your spine lift off the ground. So just a bit of the lower back does. And then on your exhale, pull the belly in tight, lift the legs to center. And you're going to draw the legs to your left side, breathing in. And then exhale, pulling back up, abdominal power. Again, over to the right on an inhale, working on mobility of hips and warming up the lower back. Then core strength on the exhale. The legs should feel like they're along for the ride there. Inhale over to the left. Exhale, back to center. This time you're going to lower your legs all the way over to the right side, perhaps even stacking them together, and then look over your left shoulder for a spinal twist. Any variation, so the legs could have stayed staggered if you'd wish. If they are stacked, you can also take the right hand to the outside of your left leg to press down onto it, assisting more into rotation. And then looking over that left shoulder as much as you can. Cervical spine is included. Excuse me. Stay here for one more breath in. Firm up the belly, exhale, begin lifting legs up through center, head through center. Then we move to the other side, legs to the left, looking over right shoulder. Again, the legs can be staggered or stacked. Left hand as an option, coming down to the outside of your right leg to press into. And then finding that rotation into your neck as well. Breathe deeply into this space. One more inhale. Firm the belly, lift up through center on the exhale. Once you've centered, return your feet down to the floor and arms close down beside you. Working in mobility of shoulders, necks, lift both arms up to sky, then behind you, seal the ribs in and imprint your spine here. Exhale, sweep arms out wide and then lower the arms back beside you. Stretch to your heels. Inhale, arms reach up, they lift over. Core tightens here. Exhale, opening wide and sweeping back down. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, up as high as you can, as far back as you can reach, as wide as you can open, and as far down as you can lengthen. Last time, reach high, reach back, shoulder blades, draw them down towards your tailbone. Exhale, open arms out wide, sweep them down and let them relax beside you. From here, pull the belly in firm, begin to lift your feet off the ground, draw your knees to chest, hands onto knees, draw circles with your legs, moving in the same direction. Just a quick little massage into our lower back. Then reverse direction. And legs then come into still, and now we'll separate the legs on an inhale using our hands for guidance. Exhale, circle the legs around and back in together again. So inhale, separate, open the legs up wide. Exhale, sweep around and back in. Let's do 4 more of these. Inhale, getting back into hip mobility here. So finding range of motion. 3 more, open, breathe in as wide as you can. Circle around and back in. Exhale, 2 more times. Open. Exhale, and circle around. Once more. Inhale, using your hands. Exhale, circle around, knees back into chest. Then go ahead and release your feet back down, arms beside you again. Next, your right ankle crosses over your left knee. Flex your foot, push the leg out, open up the hip. Then any variation of the figure 4 you'd like to take. If you're holding your left leg up, just drop the shoulders from your ears. Make sure the chin didn't start poking up to the sky. Keep it fist distance from. And then if you'd like to offer movement here, slowly rocking side to side, just to allow that stretch to travel a bit into the piriformis, into like kind of the hip glute region of your right side. Just feeling into sensation, breathing into that hip. Then if you were in movement, you're going to go ahead and come back into still. If you had lifted your left leg, return the foot down to the floor, make sure it lines up with its hip when it lands, and then reach your right leg up, pointed toes for length. Hold the back of the leg with both hands. Anchor your tailbone down first. Start to push forward with your leg away from you next for even more length. And then bending elbows, drawing the leg in closer for the stretch itself into the hamstring. Keep pressing your tailbone forward and down on the ground. While you hold this hamstring stretch, flex the foot, heel to sky, which stretches out your calf. And then point your toes again. Top of foot stretch. Flex, heel to sky, back side of the leg. Front side of the leg as you point. We'll do that once more, heel to sky. And then point the toes. Keep your toes pointed. Release the stretch. Remove the hands, arms beside you. Externally rotate that right leg. Keep reaching your toes to the sky and make sure that the knee is stacked above your hip. When you breathe in, take your right leg, begin to lower it towards the ground. And then on the exhale, use your belly strength to pull the leg up slowly. Restack the knee, but don't pull the leg in too close. Come down with resistance and length. Reach out with those toes. And then exhale, feel the belly pull in tight as the leg lifts back up. Once more, just like that, coming down as if your leg were moving through thick molasses. Power of exhale to pull the leg up and pause here. Now your left leg is going to come into tabletop, 90 degrees. Never let this left leg shift. Right leg on an inhale lowers again. So now more core strength to keep that left leg in its space while providing stability. Again, right leg coming down on an inhale. Once more. Inhale for the lowering and lengthening forward. Check your left leg, adjust if needed. Exhale, belly tight. Right leg stacks. Excuse me. Draw both knees in, hands to knees. Rock gently side to side for recovery. So that particular exercise is a lot about isolating the movement, controlling the movement, and being very precise about it. All right, both feet back to the ground. Now our left ankle crosses over right knee. Energy through heel, push leg out, more space to hip. Again, any variation you'd like to take here on this side. Just check back in with your shoulders and back of neck. And then again, if there is movement you'd like to explore, certainly feel free to do it. I personally have a really tight left hip right now, so for me to shift my weight to the right, it kind of wraps into that sweet spot. And then you might find you just hold a position. Breathe into it. Maybe it's just for a couple of rounds or for the entire duration of. All right, then if you were in movement or you were shifted at all, you're going to return to center. Release the right leg if it were lifted, returning foot to floor, back in line with hip. Left leg reaches up, toes point, leg long. Grab the back of the leg, anchor down your tailbone. Push leg forward next, away from body. Keep that energy, but meet it now as you draw the leg in a bit closer, stretching your hamstring. Soften shoulders. Keep breath big and full. And then flex your left foot, heel to sky. And then point the toes. Again, heel to sky. And then point. And we'll do that one more time. Flex the foot. Good. Point the toes, but then keep your toes pointed. Release the stretch. Just kind of release the pull back so the leg can stack again. Then remove your hands, arms down beside you. Externally rotate the thigh. Keep reaching up with your toes. Then when you breathe in, begin to take that leg downward. Now the toes start to lengthen forward out in front of you. Then on your exhale, tighten up your core, pull up as if the leg were just floating back up to the sky. Again, come down with the left leg. Make sure you maintain that external rotation. Exhale, feel the navel draw down the spine as the leg pulls up. Once more here. Inhaling, take your time on the way down. We're not dropping it, we're guiding it. And then exhale, same on the lift, not swinging up, pulling up. Pause. Right leg now is going to come into tabletop. So again, don't pull the knee in too close. Tailbone still grounded. Keeping right leg now frozen in this space. The left leg again comes down, breathing in. Core tight, lift slow. Again, lowering, inhaling. Use the power of exhale, pull up to the very end. One last time, inhale, coming down. Lifting, good. Then both knees pull in, hands to knees, rock gently side to side to recover. Okay. So just getting through a bit of our warm up here. We're going to getting back into more of a core forward exercise. So let's start with the knees into chest, arms lifted above the shoulders, stacked, palms face forward. Make sure your hands are shoulder width. Fingertips are reaching up high, but backs of shoulders are plugging down. Take an inhale. And then on the exhale, lift up head, neck, and shoulders. Bring arms to hover and extend legs out in front of you. Look to your navel as you come up. Then return back down, knees in, head, shoulders grounded, arms stacked. Again, exhale. Lift up head, neck, and shoulders, arms to hover, legs extend. Drop shoulders from your ears. Pull everything back in and down and stack on an inhale. We'll do a couple more of these. Not using momentum of a swing down of your arm, but using core strength to pull up. Bring it back in on an inhale. Once more. Stay here lifted. Now just the legs on an inhale, draw knees to forehead. And then extend the legs out, exhaling. Arms are stiff like a board. Pull the knees in towards your forehead. And then press the legs away. Keep that upper body nice and quiet. 2 more. Knees in. Press out. Once more. Pull legs in. Drive the legs out. Keep them there. Pointed toes, flutter kicks. Little tiny movements. Control, control for 3. Belly tight. 2. Steady breath. 1. And then knees in, head down. Relax, release, recover. I said we're doing push-ups, right? We're getting there. Ah, the cat. Sorry, guys. All right, let's go ahead and lengthen the legs now down onto the floor. Flex the feet, push out through heels, lift toes high to the sky. Legs hug to midline and arms stretch behind you. As the arms lift behind, seal the ribs down, press the spine in, activate your core. When you inhale, start peeling off the ground, arms, head, shoulders. Exhale, pull up slowly to sit up tall, stacking your spine, and then hinge from the hips to fold over your legs. Let your head drop heavily through the arms. Sit up tall when you breathe in next. And exhale, tuck your tailbone, scoop out core, round your back. Return with control. Don't let those legs relax. Keep them strong. Inhale, lifting starts. About the tips of your shoulder blades is when you breathe out. Sit up tall, stack up, hinge, stretch, fold. Sit upright, breathe in. Continue to look straight ahead when you're coming down so that the chin stays in a neutral space. Once more, inhale, start it. Exhale, feel the legs press down towards the ground as your chest lifts up high to the sky. Fold, stretch. Stack tall when you breathe in. Let's stay seated here. As we exhale, lower the arms down beside us. All right, I'm gonna just take a quarter turn so you can see me a little bit better. We're gonna move into spine twist next. So we're working on posture, rotational movement, and strengthening the obliques. Our pelvis is a stabilizer. We don't want that to twist or shift. Arms come out to T. Spread out fingers, reach wall to wall. Hug and draw between shoulder blades and also pull them down your backside. A little bend in your knees if you're needing that for support, but keep your feet flexed and your legs squeezed. Get taller on your inhale for your heart. Exhale, rotate to your right. Don't let the legs shift and keep resistance in your left arm, pulling back just a bit to fight you. Center on the inhale. So the arms never leave this position. The only reason they're moving is because your torso has moved. Exhale to the left. Feel this in your waistline. Active. Come back through center. Keep drawing between the shoulder blades as you rotate and imagine you're climbing up a spiral staircase, getting taller. Inhale into center. Exhale, like you're wringing out a wet towel. Squeeze out all that water and then soak back in. Breathe in through center. 1 more each. Over to the right. Come back through center. Exhale it over to the left. Good, come back through center. And then gently melt forward. Let your feet relax, your arms, your head. Breathe into your backside again. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Once more, breath in. Roll up to seated on the breath out. All right, so as promised, we're gonna get into some plank work. We'll be doing this through Pilates push-ups. So we're gonna come up to standing. My upper half is gonna cut off a bit, but I will cue into anything that you can't quite see. All right, so coming up to standing, you're going to stand towards the back of your workspace, arms down beside you, feet planted firm, standing up tall, seal the ribs down, pull the shoulder heads back, and spread your fingers, reach to the ground. On your inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up high to the sky. And exhale, you're going to dive forward over the legs. As you fold forward, take your hands to the floor and begin to walk out into a plank position. Once you're in plank, turn your hands in just a little bit, just a subtle inward rotation. And then your elbows are now pointed out to sides. We're going to take 4 push-ups here. On an inhale, bend those elbows and start to lower your heart between your hands. Push away from the ground, exhale, straighten the arms. You can do these on the knees as well. Coming down on an inhale, stretch forward with your heart and then push it away, exhale. Twice more, belly tight as you come down. Dig into the heels of your hands and drive out, exhale. Once more, coming down with a push-up. Press it away, exhale. If you are on the knees, tuck the toes, come back into a hands and feet plank. Walk your hands back to your feet. You may have to bend your knees to achieve that, that's okay. And then begin to roll your body up, stack up tall. Head is the last thing to come up. So a little bit of push-up, but also some holding of plank. Here we go again. Inhale, sweep arms up high to the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, flat back, dive forward, fingertips to the ground. Again, you may have to bend your knees here to get there. From here, we're walking back out to plank position. This time, no push-up. Also, this time, our hands run forward, right paralleled. We're going to take our feet out a little bit wider, about shoulder width, a little bit wider then. Make sure to keep your hips stabilized. Shoulder taps. Take your right hand up to your left shoulder, tap it, release the hand down. Then left hand up to right shoulder and release. Continue to alternate here. Ideally, trying to keep your hips as stable as possible. Core tight. Really get grounded in that grounded arm, right? Keep strong in it, don't let it loose. So gripping the floor with that hand to help support you. Tap. 2 more to your left shoulder, 2 more to your right shoulder. Then once both hands have grounded in, take your feet back to hip width. Walk the hands back towards your feet. And then roll up, stack up. Head is the last thing to come up. Back into that strong stance. One more with a plank position. Here we go. Inhale, sweep arms up high. Dive forward, flat back, hinge from hips. Fingers to the floor, walk out to plank again. This time we're strengthening abs and glutes mainly. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, right foot comes off the ground. Foot down, breathe in. Exhale, left foot up. Down on an inhale. Right foot again. Gotta really keep that core tight, left foot. 2 more to each. Making sure not to kick the leg up quickly. Use the strength of your glute to pull up. 1 more each. Right side. Coming down. Left side. Coming down. Good, then gently come to your knees now. Sit back to your heels. Melt over the legs. And let the arms relax. So kind of pulling them in a bit closer to let the shoulders go. Good, prop up onto the forearms for a moment and just draw circles with your hands to roll out your wrists. Good. And then go ahead and pull them forward into a tabletop position. We're going to get a stretch into our shoulders next. So taking your, turn this way here. Taking your right arm on an inhale, sweep it out to the side and reach it up to the sky. Look to your hand, follow it up. And then continue to follow the hand as it threads the arm right underneath you, reaching across the ground, resting on that arm. Once you've landed, temp the fingers of your left hand, step it to the side, elbow to sky. Push off fingertips and try to roll your chest open towards the ceiling just a little bit more. One more inhale here. Push off that left hand, unravel, unwind, tabletop. Other side, left arm. Sweep out and up, breathe in. Thread through, Breathe out. Follow the hand across the floor as you rest down onto that left arm. Temp the finger of your right hand, elbow to sky, push off the fingertips firm, and try to roll open towards the ceiling more. One more breath in. Push off fingertips, unravel, back to tabletop. Wonderful. From tabletop, I just want to check to see what time it is here for us. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to move next into some side leg work. So actually, you're going to kind of face how I'm facing. I took a quarter turn over to my right. So I'm going to go ahead, right, so I started here. I took a quarter turn over to my right side. So I'm going to walk my hands to my knees and I'm going to stack up to tall kneeling. So my left hand is going to ground down, so it's going to look opposite for you, but I'm going to cue to the side you're on. So I'm going to take the left arm extended out to my side. I'm also going to do the same thing with my right leg, obviously moving in opposite ways. Then from there, I'm going to reach that left hand further away as I kind of lean my upper body over to that side, and then I'm going to hinge down to take that left hand to the floor. Either tented fingers here or a fist, right? Just to keep that wrist nice and safe. And then look down, that hand should be directly underneath the shoulder. Then looking down again, the left arm, the left leg, and the right leg should all be lined up. So my right leg was a little too far back, so I'm going to pull it out in front just a little bit more. Then my right hand is going to come onto my hip. I'm then going to flex my right foot, internally rotate the leg, and start here at a hovered space. Elbow to sky and lifting out of that left shoulder. On an exhale, I'm going to lift that right leg up just a little bit more. Can that leg come almost to parallel with the ground? And then take the foot back to hover again. Breathe in. Exhale. We're strengthening outer hip and side body. Hover on an inhale. 4 more. 4. Good. Feel both of your hips pressing forward. 3 more. Keep driving out through the heel of the foot. Back to hover. 2 more times. Exhale. Lifting. Good, back to hover. Once more, leg lifting, and then the toes are pointing. We'll draw circles with the right leg. Take your time, keep control. 3, 2, 1, pause. Reverse direction, breath in, breath out. 5, 4, 3, 2, very nice. 1, good, and then gently let the foot come down just for a brief moment of rest. Flex the foot again now. Then while that foot is resting down, take your right arm now extended up and overhead. Turn your palm to face down. So the arm is now lined up with your ear. Let's take that right foot, lift it back off the ground again. Take an inhale. Side body crunch. So on your exhale, that right elbow and right knee, try to pull together towards your waistline. Scrunch in, and then expand back up. Inhale, lengthen, stretch the whole side. And then contraction, exhale. Try to pull it towards the side body here. And then extend out again, breathe. And we're gonna do 4 more of these. 4. Good, and then reach out, lengthen out. 3 more, crunch in. And then reach out long. Good waistline work. 2 more. And still hip work, yeah, by pulling that knee in. 1 last time, crunch in. Good, extend back out, keep extended, pulse that leg up. Good, 5, keep breathing. 4, 3, hips forward. 2, open up. 1, good, take that leg down slow. Take both hands to the floor, walk around so that you can land back into tabletop position. Yeah, a lot of hip work, a lot of side work. Okay, let's go ahead and walk the hands back in, roll up, stack up. We do our other side. Right arm is going to come out to a T, left leg extending to its side as well. Then your right hand is going to reach out further. You're going to lean to the right a bit, and then you're going to hinge down to take the hand to the floor. Now line up the arm and both legs. Okay. And again, we don't want our butt to be pushing back in this space, right? I want the hips and the pelvic triangle, right, to press forward. Hand to hip, tented fingers or a fist with your right hand. Flex your left foot, hover the foot off ground, and then internally rotate the leg. Look straight ahead, and then exhale, that leg lifting up. And then back to hover, elbow points straight to sky. Exhale, lift, belly tightens, and hover. 4 more, 4, hover. 3 more. Good, back to hover 2 more times, find lift. Good, hover. Once more, the leg lifts up and you hold that there, point your toes, circles, steady breath, keep the upper body nice and still. 3, 2, 1, reverse. So we have to rely on the pointing of our toes, the activation of hip, the activation of core, and the grounded leg. 3, those are all 2 assisting us. 1, good, and then gently take the foot to the floor. Just for a brief moment, flex your foot again. Then that left arm reaches up and overhead, turn the palm to face down. Feel the stretch in that whole left side body. Take a breath in and lift your left foot off the ground. Exhale, side body crunch, elbow and knee connect towards the waist. And then extend back out again, breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, crunch in. And then lengthen out, breathe in. We'll do 4 more, 4. And extend. 3 more times. Good, reach it out 2 more times. Good, reach it out 1 more time. Exhale, curl in. Good, lengthen out, hold that, and then pulse the leg up. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo, and then take the foot down gently. Take the hand down, kind of walk around so you come back to tabletop. Good, and then from tabletop, sit to your heels, pull all your weight to one hip so that you can sit on the ground and take the legs out in front of you. Let's get a stretch into our hips, shall we? So we'll start with the right leg bent in front, left leg bent behind, 90 degrees with flexed feet. You're going to tent the fingers of your hands and square up into your right inner thigh, torso included, so taking a little rotation. Push off your fingertips, get taller on the inhale. And then as you exhale, start to hinge at hips. Lean in closer to that right leg as the hands walk forward. The heart is leading this movement. Even though the hands might be first, we always want to think about the length staying in our spine. If we start to pull away from ourselves, we lose the stretch. Hold here and breathe here. Good, 1 more breath in. Walk the hands back in, stack up tall as you breathe out. Unwind to face forward. And then taking the left leg, pulling it around to the front, right leg bending behind you. Feet are flexed. Tented fingers again, square up to the inside of your left leg, and torso also rotates. Push off, get taller, inhale. Keep flat back. Lean in, walk forward, and find your own edge. Make sure the chest stays open and the shoulders drop and pull away from your ears. Good. 1 more breath in. Exhale, walking the hands back in, untwisting. Good. We're going to take our quarter turn back so we face the front of our workspace, and then we'll extend the legs out long in front as well. Feet flexed. Good posture in the torso. Arms also extend out in front. Hands should be a little bit wider than shoulder width in order to keep the chest opened. On an inhale, lift your chest up, but drop your shoulders down. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, roll back a notch, hold there and breathe in again. Quads and core. Exhale, the right leg lifts off the ground. Take the leg down slow on an inhale. So while that one leg moves, we don't want our upper body to do anything. Exhale, pull up with the left leg. Take the leg down on an inhale. Let's roll back a little bit further on our exhale. Stay there, inhale again. Right leg. Take it down, breathe in. Left leg. Good, take the leg down on an inhale. Roll back a bit further on the exhale. Keep chin neutral, keep shoulders down, chest up, belly in. Exhale, the right leg coming up again. Feel it in your quad. Come down on your inhale. Using core to make sure that your upper body stays like a statue. Good, take the leg down on an inhale. We'll do one more set. So let's exhale next, come back a little bit further. Breathe in and hold that space. Exhale, the right leg pulls up. Take the leg down with control, breathe in. Left leg, keep pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, yes. Take the leg down on an inhale. Roll all the way to your back on the exhale. Once you lower down, arms close beside, pressed in firm. Bend your knees and ground your feet. But now your feet touch, inner edges of, ankles touch. Knees touch, inner thighs touch, maybe your calves touch too, just depending on your body. We're gonna be strengthening our inner thighs next through bridge work. When our legs are close together like this, the lift of our bridge generally is a bit smaller in order to protect the lower back from compressing. So just be aware of that and being okay with that to be expected. Arms and feet press into the floor. Imagine you're pinching onto a penny as you lift your hips up to the sky and you're holding that penny between your knees. Drop your ribs down so you're not arching your back. Roll to the floor again on an inhale. Exhale, peel up, hold the penny between your knees as the hips come up, but the shoulder blades are still touching the floor. Roll back down on your inhale. So the most important part is that the knees never separate. 4 more, 4. Squeeze those inner thighs tight, tight, tight. Roll back down, breathe in. 3 more times. Ribs dropped in, core tight. Roll back down, inhale. 2 more times. Release. Once more, exhale, peel up, hold the lift of your hips, hold the pinch of the penny. Now pulse those hips up towards the sky. 5, keep hugging tight. 4, keep breathing. 3, use those arms. 2, keep pinching. 1, good, slowly roll back down. Once you've lowered all the way down, draw your knees into your chest. Take the soles of your feet together, let the knees open up, holding onto feet or your ankles. Push the knees away from your body. At the same time, you're pulling the feet closer in. Stretching your inner thighs and groin here. Drop your tailbone into the floor. Big breaths in. Long breaths out. We'll do a couple more here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Once more, inhale. And then as you exhale, release the feet and let the legs come together again. Let me just check once more on the time to see where we're at. We are going to get back into core though. I know that much. Geez, Louise, sorry. All right, so, oh, perfect. Plenty of time. So let's go through the ab series, shall we? There's 5 exercises within the series, all dedicated, of course, to strengthening the core. I want us to kind of push right through these. So we will always take a moment to let our body ease, but not for a long stint of time. All right, we're going to start with our single leg stretch. So place both hands to your right knee and extend your left leg away from body as long as you can, as high or as low as you'd like. Head can be lifted or grounded for this as well. Shoulders drop from ears and eyes to navel if head is lifted. Inhale, switch your legs once. And then exhale, switch again. So I'm going to start slow just to get the rhythm down. Inhale to switch. And the body control. Exhale, switch. So legs like pistons, out and in. Spine as an anchor. Core as a stabilizer. Inhale. And then exhale. So now we pick up pace. We'll switch twice on the breath in. Switch twice on the breath out. Inhale. Exhale. If you're wanting more ever, you can take your hands behind your head and pull the elbows out wide. Inhale, switch. exhale. 4 more, 4, exhale. 3 more, good, exhale. 2 more, exhale. Last ones, exhale, switch, good. Switch both knees in. If head was up, take it down. Take one deep inhale, one long giant exhale. All right, we move right into our double leg stretch. Both knees are in, one hand to each knee. Head can stay to the ground, or it can come up if you're wanting a bit more. On an inhale, extend arms and legs away from your center body. Exhale, pull everything back in, contraction. Reach away, expand, lengthen out. Inhale, coil in, contract, pull in, exhale. If you start to feel strain in your neck, your head is coming back to the ground. If you're starting to feel it in your lower back or hip flexors, arms and legs are going to lift straighter up to the sky, right? So knowing when to adjust if needed. 4 more of these. 4, keep the spine pressing down. Don't let your back arch. We want that lower back to be protected. 3 more, lengthen through your toes and reach out through your fingertips. 2 more times. If your head is lifted, keep staring at your navel so the head doesn't fall back. 2 more times, right? I might have said that already, but we're going to do 2 more just for good measure. Once more, reach it away. Pull it in, and then rest. Take it down, recovery. Good. 1 deep breath in, 1 deep breath out, because we want to move right into our next one, single straight leg, also called scissors. It's a stretch for the hamstrings and a strengthener for our core. Let's take both legs to sky. Grab the back of the leg, the right one with both hands. Left leg lowers downward, level, find it for yourself. Head again grounded or lifted if you're wanting more heat. Pulsing the right leg in twice when you inhale. Switch the legs with control, exhale, left leg, pulse it in. Right, so that upper body should not be bouncing around with the pulsation of the legs. Everything's very still and controlled here. Remember, adjusting if you're needing so that we don't create tension, we create strength. If you want more for the exercise, hands-free, release the pulse and just work on range of motion, particularly the leg you're pulling in, not so much worrying about the leg that's drawing down. We'll take whichever variation you'd like to do for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the legs meet together at the sky. Knees in, head down, up, forward, up, and recover again. Big inhale, big exhale. Moving right along into double straight leg. This is a strengthener for the pelvic floor and the lower abdominals. A tricky area to strengthen, therefore the movement much smaller so we can really keep the focus into that part of our body. All right, let's lift the legs back up. Pointed toes for length and strength. Your knees should be above the hips, not your feet. So the feet actually are going to pull forward a bit away from the body so that your tailbone can ground down. You can also offer a little bend in the knees if needed, or a lot bend. You can do this in tabletop as well. Arms can be beside you or out to T for extra support. On your inhale, you're going to take both legs and begin to lower them downward, a few inches at best. Mentally focus to the lower abdominals, pulling them down deep and lifting the legs up slow. Make sure it's just the knees that land above hips, not your feet. Come down on an inhale. Pull the belly in, lift the legs up, exhale. Come down with resistance, like your legs were moving through molasses. Belly pulls in and the core lifts the legs, not the legs themselves. Yeah? Come down, inhale. Force that breath out. Let's do 2 more here. Inhaling. When you take the legs back up, it's going to feel like they're stopping short of movement, but they're not. You're just keeping yourself in resistance. Once more, come down on an inhale. Lift, then draw the knees in, hands to knees, rock. Deep breath in. Long breath out. All right, we're to our last and final of the ab series. Crisscross, small rotational movement of our upper body while we stabilize and center our lower body while we work and strengthen the obliques again. So I'm going to start with the knees bent, feet grounded to the floor. I can cue to intensify this if you'd like. You can choose to move along with that or stay in the starting position. Okay, I'm going to start with the interlacing fingers, taking hands behind head, and then lifting the head and shoulders up to center here. Keep the elbows wide, take an inhale. Now this lifted part, we're twisting to the right. Don't let the legs follow that movement. Then center on your breath in. Then you squeeze it out over to the left. And then come back through center. And that's all you're going to do here is continue to alternate your rotations. Focus on your waistline, helping along, and breath to guide you. If you're finding that keeping the head level throughout is causing strain, I want you to then, after unwinding the center, let the head come down and then lift and twist to the other side. So those are your options to modify. If you want more intensity, you're going to take your legs to tabletop and hold them there. Holding the legs there requires core effort. Make sure that the knees don't pull in and that the ankles don't sink. If you're wanting to even add more to that, next time you twist to your left, right leg stretches out long, and then come back to tabletop when you come through center. Then your left leg will extend as you twist to the right, and then center. Good. Let's take 2 more to the right side, 2 more to the left side. Any variation you like here. One more each. Good, looking good. Arms wide. One more. Center, knees in, head down, hands to knees, rest, rock. That was the end of our ab series. Let's get a little stretch here. So let's take the legs down long to the floor. Point the toes, stretch the arms overhead, interlace fingers, press palms away. Let's arch the back here, pop the ribs in this time, and then breathe into your front body. Big inhale, stretching out the belly, exhale, let it go. Again, breathe into the front side, and exhale, let it release. Keep the hands as they are, just drop your ribs back in so you imprint your spine. You're going to cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Then you're going to stretch both legs over to the right bottom corner of your mat. And then you're going to stretch your upper body over the top right corner of your mat behind you. And then you're going to breathe into your left side. Side body stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. We'll do one more here. Big breath in. Exhale, bring the legs back to center, then the upper body back to center. Uncross your left ankle, and then take your right ankle on top left. Then both legs, pull over to the bottom left corner of your workspace. Upper body stretches over to the top left corner of your workspace, and then you inhale into your right side. Exhale, let it go. One more here, breathe into the right side body. And then on your exhale, start with the legs, return to center, upper body, return to center, uncross the ankles, release the hands, draw the knees to chest, place your hands on your knees. Begin to rock yourself forward and back, up and down your spine until you've rocked up to seated. Now we are going to come back into plank stuff. So we are going to be doing a 2-minute plank like we always have, right? 30 seconds for center, 30 seconds for one side, back to center for the other, third 30, right? And the last 30, we do our other side plank. I'm going to switch it up just a little bit here. So with each 30-second plank we take, there is going to be some movement involved within them. Make it even more challenging. Yay. All right, so we're going to transition to tabletop. I'm just getting my stopwatch set up here so we don't overdo it. Yeah. So for the first 30 seconds of your center plank, we're going to start with abductions. So what it will look like, just before we even get started, I'll show you quick. You're gonna step out with one foot and then the other, then bring that first foot in, then bring the last foot in again. So out, out, in, in. Now you have to do it in plank form, right? Out, out, in. If you're on the knees, same thing can happen. Knee out, knee in, okay? So that's your first 30 seconds. Your side plank, rolling open. I'm doing modified just for the moment here. I'm gonna take some hip dips here. So dipping down with bottom hip, drawing up. Dip down and draw up. It's going to intensify the work to your waistline, okay? That'll be your side plank. Then when you come back to center plank, you're going to take knee pulls in towards the chest, right? While keeping your upper body steady and the weight of your body drawing forward. Okay, that's your third 30. Your last 30, your other side plank, you're coming back to the dips. So coming down and drawing up. What you don't want to do in those dips, you don't want to collapse into the arm and push away. It's just the hips coming down and up. All right, so we got those all, starting with those out, out, in feet for our first 30 seconds of plank. Here we go. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Begin 30. Out, out, in. Keep steady. So you might have to take it at slow pace first, and maybe once you got the strength down and know what has to be engaged, you can pick up the pace. Try to keep those hips from seesawing. We got 10 more seconds here. Keep the power of breath, power of arms. 5 more. 3, 2, 1. We roll open into a side plank. We go into our dips. If your legs are stacked, squeeze them together. Keep lifted out of your grounded arms. So you're not, again, we're not falling into the shoulder and out of it. It's just the hips having movement. Ooh, these are tough, yeah? Good, we got 10 more seconds to go on this side. Almost there. Good. 3, 2, 1. Back to center for another 30. Now into those knee pulls. Make sure that your booty didn't start lifting up. You stay in a nice plank form. Arms, yeah, working. Good, guys. Keep the strength, keep the breath. 10 more seconds. 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Last 30 seconds, side plank, those dips, dip down and up. Keep reaching that extended arms, hands straight up to the sky. Good, squeeze legs together tight. You can stagger the stance of your feet if you like I have here. It's a little slippery for me with these socks. Breathe. I can almost see the clock. We got 5 more seconds, guys. Good, 3, 2, 1. Good, return to center. Down to your knees, take the knees wide, let your big toes touch. Sit back to heels, fold over legs, melt towards the earth. Child's pose. You can stretch the arms behind you instead. That just really helps to release the shoulders and upper back. And perhaps like I am here, you could rest a cheek to the ground instead of your forehead, if that feels better for you. Whew, I'm warm. Good. Let's go ahead and gently come back into tabletop. Getting a little flexion and extension of the spine. On an inhale, stopping that. Let the belly melt to the ground as your heart and tailbone reach up high to the sky. And then on your exhale, round your back. Scoop out your core, head dropping through. Inhale, melt the belly, lift the heart, lift the tailbone, pull the shoulder heads back to broaden across your chest. And then exhale, activate your core, hollow out the underside, navel draws to spine, push away from the floor with your hands, knees, and feet. Once more, inhale, arching your back, so you're creating a smiley face. And then a frown face when you round your spine. Bring your spine back then to a neutral space. And from neutral, you want to imagine now you have a hula hoop around your waist. You're going to hula hoop your hips around. This just gives you a little bit of pelvic fluidity and mobility here. We can often be really rigid and stiff in that area of our body, so we're just kind of loosening it up here, getting that nice kind of water-like flow. You then pause and reverse the direction. Oh, wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and come back into stillness. We're going to do next back body strengthener, and we'll flip around and do a front body strengthener. So let's go ahead and stretch the legs back, lower onto our tummy, and extend the arms out in front of us. Make sure that your hands and feet are shoulder width apart, that your pelvic triangle, your two hip bones, and your pubic bone are your anchor points, and that you use your core for lower back support. Take a breath in, press your pelvic triangle down. Exhale, lift everything off the ground, the arms, the head, the heart, the legs. Lower on an inhale. Exhale, find lift. And release. Exhale, let's find lift. Let's hold the lift and let's swim for 5, 4, steady it, 3, chest up, 2, head quiet, 1, and then rest. Down. Inhale. Exhale, lift everything up again. Paddle and swim for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then float back down. Take a deep breath in. Anchor down, lift up on the exhale. Swim, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Take a breath in. One more time, exhale, we pull up, this time 10 seconds. Yeah, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, keep on paddling, 4, keep the chest up, 3, 2, 1, and then rest. As you come down, cross one arm over the other, forehead to the forearms. Lift your feet to the sky, and then windshield wiper your legs. Good. From there, stretch the legs back behind you, hug the legs together. You're going to roll onto your backside, and as you do that, extend the arms behind you. Point your toes and squeeze your legs together. Back body strengthener, now front body strengthener. I'm going to slide back so you can see me a little bit better. Instead of having your back arched, imprint, seal ribs down. Take an inhale. Now you're going to hover, arms back of head and legs off ground. Look down to your feet. Small lift. Good. Release back down on the inhale. So your whole body should be active. Your exhale as you hover, arms, head, and legs. Your legs are active. Your arms are strengthening. Your core is strengthening. Return down on an inhale. Again, keep reaching back with your fingertips and release. It could help to interlace the fingers behind you, except for your pointers and thumbs, and then reach back. And then come down. We're doing 4 more of these. 4. Release with control. 3 more. And release. 2 more times. Good. Coming down. Once more, lifting, but holding the lift, but just don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently come down. Sweep your arms out to a T. Draw the right knee into your chest, hold on with both hands. Hug the leg into body. The right arm then comes back out to a T, as then you take the leg, cross it to your left side, look over right shoulder, a twist. Then slowly unwind, come back through center and let that right leg release, lengthen it out. Left knee then draws in, both hands holding on, hug the leg gently to body. Gonna take the left arm back out to T, and then guiding the leg to your right as you look over left shoulder for your twist. One more inhale here. Squeeze it out, unwind, come back to center. Once you have centered yourself, both knees draw in, both hands on knees. Begin to rock forward and back, up and down the spine, until you can rock up all the way to seated. Once seated, cross your legs. Ground your sits bones down to the earth. Lift your heart up high to the sky. Arms down beside you with palms facing up. And then as you inhale, the arms are going to reach out wide and up to the sky. Touch the hands above you, and then exhale, pull your hands within you, heart space. Again, inhale, sweep down, reach out and lift up. And then exhale, bring within. One more time. Inhale, eyes follow the hands up, touch above, bring within. Keep the hands at your heart, bring your chin to your chest, bow to yourself, and thank yourself here also for the work that you've done, for the time you've created to be here with yourself, and to connect the mind, body, and soul. Enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thank you guys very much for tuning in yet again to another hour of Pilates. Sorry about all the plank work, but actually not so sorry. So enjoy, and I'll see you guys soon.